I am so excited to be with you right now on Facebook. I am so excited to connect with you because I don't know about you, but I've been having a rough weekend. How about you? It's gone ups and downs and sideways and left and right. And so I want to talk about feelings that may actually feel uncomfortable now, but maybe they're feelings that you feel a lot anyway. And I actually want to talk about how to deal with those feelings because, like, as we've been talking about in Facebook, on the Facebook page, that it's really important that we deal with our feelings, that we face our feelings, right? So I'm just going to go over here to make sure that I can read your comments. Hold 1 second and make sure that I'm live. Oh yeah, there I am. Oh yay. Okay, so we're good to go. I can see your comments. Martin says, hello everyone. Hey Martin. So today I want to talk about the feelings that may be uncomfortable, because I think there has to be a place that you can say anything you want, and you have to have a place, I know I do, that I can feel anything that I'm feeling. So think about, are you having any guilt about what's happening right now with the global pandemic? Are you having a lot of worry about the global pandemic? Are you feeling super uncomfortable? Do you feel like you're lost? So go ahead and, if you're willing, and I hope you are, go ahead and just tell me what you're feeling right now. And again, maybe it's, yay, I'm good to go, I'm happy, right? Which is awesome. But for me right now, I am actually in my third week. It just was 3 weeks yesterday that I have been in isolation, quarantine, again, incubation, solitude, whatever you want to call it. And I have seen, like, I've gone to the pharmacy once, the bank, but outside the bank, I've taken some walks, but basically I have been home 23 hours of the day, 23 and a half hours of the day, by myself with Jezebel, of course, my cat. And, you know, there, yesterday morning when I woke up, I had a really difficult time. I was feeling really down. And sure, it's the third week mark, 3 weeks, there's cycles, right? There's cycles. And at the third week mark, you could imagine that I might feel like, oh my gosh, wow. And it wasn't that I was feeling bad, like with food and all that stuff. I've got food. I've got a delivery coming next week after I waited a week to find a delivery date and then a week for the delivery. The minute I get my groceries, I have to immediately try to find a delivery date again in order, because I know it might not be for 2 weeks. So that's like my days, right? 3, 4, 5 times a day, I'm like on Instacart or on Amazon Fresh Prime trying to get a delivery date. But yesterday I woke up just feeling a little off, like feeling really frustrated, and I don't want to say resentful because that wasn't it. It was more like, kind of like that place where it's like, what's the point? What's the point, Rhonda? And kind of like that giving up feeling. And I don't know about you. Have you had moments where you've been frustrated, have felt guilty about your situation, worried, maybe like me, felt just like giving up? And again, giving up what, right? Like the thing that I did is like, give up what? What are you talking about, Rhonda? Give up what? And of course, there is no giving up, and I have no desire to give up, but it doesn't mean that the feeling wasn't there. So remember, a few Facebook Lives ago, I actually gave you a feelings list. And hopefully you've been keeping track of your feelings, because the more that we keep track of our feelings, the more that we actually know our cycles, right? Our cycles of feelings, because usually it's very normal to be really happy and then really sad right after each other, right? Or really sad and then get really happy. Again, totally normal. So have you been feeling guilty, worried, embarrassed, giving up, uh, lost, irritated? Just find yourself irritated? Go ahead, if you're willing, to tell me, go ahead and tell me right now what it is that you're feeling. So go ahead and tell me what you're feeling. If you're willing, I want to hear from you. So go ahead and tell me what you're feeling. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I think people feel guilty. I think people feel guilty for that they have the supplies they need. They feel guilty that they're healthy. They feel guilty that their friends are sick and not them. They feel guilty for, having a home. They feel guilty when they're looking out at the news and finding all these other people are not having as as, I don't want to say an easy time, but a simpler time, because they have things that they need. Some people feel worried that they're not going to be able to get the food they want, or worried they're not going to be able to get their medicine, or worried that they're not going to get the support they need, or worried that somebody else is sick. So guilt and worry are big feelings for a lot of people right now. And I think we want to normalize those, and we want to actually say it's okay to feel guilty and normal right now. We want to move through those, don't get me wrong. We don't want to stay there. But I think we have to give ourselves permission that right now, these are extraordinary circumstances, right? These are extraordinary circumstances. And we want to be very gentle with ourselves, which makes me want to introduce a word to you, and it's called gentle. And I'll never forget the first time that I told Garo to be gentle with himself, one of my certified fierce living coaches. He said it was like a punch in the gut, right? I really highly train my coaches, train my students, teach, educate, support them in recognizing that being gentle with themselves is the kindest way to make change. I'm going to say that again. Being gentle with yourself is the kindest way to make change, to transcend the pain, to transcend the guilt and shame, to get beyond the blame and worry. Being kind to yourself is actually the way out. And I don't know about you, but I just see it all the time that people think they have to be harder on themselves to actually get through those feelings, but that's actually not true. It's really about being kind. So one, I want you to admit the feelings that you're feeling. Are you feeling guilty, worried, irritated, frustrated, feel like giving up, feel lost? And then I want you to actually ask yourself, how would that feeling change if I was kind to myself? How would that feeling change if you were kind to yourself? And how could you be more kind to yourself right now? How could you be more kind to yourself right now? Meaning, could you take a couple extra, give yourself a little bit of a break if you're not keeping the exact same exercise routine? Could you be kind to yourself, very gentle with yourself? If you find yourself just a little irritated, or maybe almost feeling a little needy, right? Like, I need to be with people and it's driving me crazy. Are you feeling, what would happen if you were gentle and kind to yourself and you were eating Ben and Jerry's fish ice cream, right? So just think right now about how could you be experiencing the global pandemic in your own home, in your own apartment, in your condo, wherever you are, in your tent, in your car, wherever you are. How could it be different if you actually layered the entire experience with the words gentle and kind? I am going to be gentle with myself, and I'm going to be kind to myself, no matter what. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to put myself down. I'm not going to label myself bad or wrong for whatever I'm feeling. I'm just going to be gentle and kind. Like, how would you be moving through this experience? And how could that truly change your life? Right? So go ahead and share with me. Lori says she's lost. I live alone with my 4 cats. Trudy says, I so love watching you years ago as a life coach on helping women, and now you get to watch me now here, Trudy. Helen says, I'm annoyed with people breaking quarantine. It's so selfish to put others at risk. Yeah, so when we label somebody as selfish, I like to change that word selfish to ignorant. And then I can change that word ignorant to fearful. People try to keep their autonomy, keep their power by breaking rules, right? We all know people in high school and college that broke the rules, that were the rebels, right? And what they were trying to do was define themselves, right? And not be held back by barriers. And also, I think a lot of people that are breaking quarantine actually see it as weak to be in quarantine. And they also, I think some people that break quarantine are people who actually think that God's got their back and they're not going to get it. Or some people think like, well, I want to get it because I have a secret desire to die. So a lot of people breaking quarantine and not sitting in isolation, I hear that you're calling them selfish, but in reality, that's not what they're thinking. They're not thinking they're selfish. They're thinking they're being bold, or they're thinking that no one can control them, or they're thinking like, oh, this is no big deal, or they're thinking secretly, I want to die and get it, right? So everyone who's out there breaking quarantine right now, and even the governors, the mayors, et cetera, of the towns that are not quarantined, there's just a level of ignorance, and they're not really understanding what's happening. And they want to pretend everything's going to be different, and they're going to pretend that everything's okay. And they're not actually thinking of the whole, because that's not how they think of their own lives. So how people are responding in this situation is how they respond their whole lives. It's just really evident right now. It's really evident. So, if you're somebody who has to break the rules to feel powerful, you're going to break the rules and to feel powerful now, and it hurts and harms other people. But again, that's not what those people are thinking, right? They're justifying it in their mind. Remember, a couple of days ago, we talked about stories and we talked about meaning, and people justify their actions by their stories. So I got to justify my behavior. So yeah, isolated. Lacey says, wow, I hadn't thought of all the reasons they may not be following guidelines. Yeah. So Deb says, I get so stuck at times. I need to be gentle, but don't always remember that. Yeah, put a big sign on your mirror, put a big sign on your refrigerator, put a Post-it note, gentle, gentle, gentle. So, and that is through our eyes viewing other people. So again, do I want people to follow quarantine, isolation, solitude rules? Yes, I do. Yes. But I also know if they're not, it's out of ignorance, it's out of fear, it's about they feel powerless and they're trying to gain power back. So they're doing it, yes, for quote unquote, all the fear-based reasons, but they don't know that. They're actually thinking they're being brave and they're not being weak. And they think that they're proving that they're spiritual and that they're not going to get it, right? And again, there are people that actually want to get it and want to die. They actually want to take this opportunity to get sick and actually hope that they pass. This is their form of suicide, but acceptable to society because it was the coronavirus and they don't have to actually take a pill or load a bullet, right? So again, be able to see all the people that are doing things that hurt and harm themselves and the people they love. They don't even understand why they're doing it, probably. So again, can we be gentle and kind to them? Doesn't mean that we can't ask them. I was actually taking a walk the other day and I was taking a photo. The sky was so incredible here in LA. It was pink and purple and blue. It was just gorgeous. And I took a photo. So I was standing on the sidewalk taking a photo, and this couple with a dog literally walked right next to me, by me, right? They came from and behind me. I didn't see them. And they walked right next to me. And I literally jumped and I said, social distance, please. Like I just said it, social distance, please. And they kind of gave me a dirty look, like, well, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking, because I know in their mind, let's just make up a story that they're making up. Well, she's on the sidewalk in our way, taking a photo. And if she's going to be in our way, we're not going to go in the road. We're not going to go on the grass. If she's going to, they might be calling me selfish. If she's so selfish, then we're just going to walk right by her. Right. So again, people are making up stories about their behaviors, about other people's behaviors all day long. And how much can we stay in our own power and pay attention to the stories we're telling ourselves about ourselves and about other people so that we can stay in charge, that we can stay powerful, that we can stay connected, and we can be gentle, right? So gentle and kindness is the order of the day. Gentle and kindness is the order of the day. And imagine right now if you were gentle and kind to yourself and you were able to, again, speak up. Just because you understand why they're doing it doesn't mean you don't have a right to speak up. Those things coexist. Remember, yesterday we talked about paradox. Both those things exist. You can be like, oh, they're being ignorant, or oh, they're afraid, or oh, they're trying to hold their power. And please move away from me. I'd like to stay 6 feet away from everyone. You have every right to do that. Understanding does not take away your right to speak up. That is a photo quote all day long, right? Right? Understanding does not take away your right to speak up. Understanding and speaking up, both can coexist. So understanding, for most of us, I know for most of my life, if I understood, I had no right to speak up because I understood. And if I understood, then I need to let them be whoever they are. No, that's not actually the right thing. That's actually fear-based. But I lived like that for, 30 years of my life, 40 years of my life. So I just thought understanding, then I could be better than that and just not speak up. But really, it's the speaking up that gave me my power back. It's the speaking up that I have rights. It's the speaking up that I have needs. It's the speaking up, but also having the awakeness and the awareness of knowing that understanding lets me connect, but it doesn't take away my right to speak. So how would your life be different if you were gentle and kind to yourself during this, as well as gentle and kind to everyone else, right? Laurel says, paradox was so good. I know, right? Like so good. Joanne says, feels like people are going mad. A security guard, a father of 5, is hanging on for dear life, was run over by a client's car because only one person per car can enter Walmart. I know, people are just petrified and afraid, and they don't know how to deal with fear. And that's why you and I are right here on the Rhonda Britten Facebook page, because we are saying, I want to understand fear. We are saying, I don't want fear to run my life. We're saying that the global pandemic is not going to decide my mood, it's not decide what I take action on. It's not going to decide whether I go for my dreams or not. It's not going to decide how I treat people. So the global pandemic does not give me an out, does not give you an out to misbehave, to live in fear. We're raising our hands and saying, you know what? I want to be more fearless. I want to stay loving. I want to stay kind. I want to be gentle, regardless of what's going out in the world. But again, we can use our understanding to have more awareness about the stories they're telling themselves, right? They're telling themselves stories like crazy about their rights and what they should do and what they're supposed to do, and they're saving their family, right? So again, we want to take that understanding and not use it as an excuse, and not understand them and use it as their excuse, right? Not use it to give them an excuse, but understanding sports is an opening our hearts, opening our hearts and look at them with compassion as well as ourselves. Kindness and gentleness, kindness and gentleness. If you had a filter, right? If you had a filter, let me see, I have another pair of glasses here. Ooh, I haven't worn these new glasses yet. I got these a while ago and I just keep forgetting about them. So if I put on, ooh, I can see really well out of these. These are my new computer glasses that I haven't worn. I got to start wearing these. These are awesome. Oh my God, I can see crystal clear. Okay, from now on, I'm wearing computer glasses. I have 2 pairs. I'm wearing them when I'm on these Facebook Lives because they allow me to read and see better. So again, gentle, kind. What takes your right away to be gentle and kind? Is it because you feel guilty and you shouldn't feel guilty, or you think you should feel guilty, therefore you can't be gentle and kind? Is it that you should know better, and because you didn't do better, you're supposed to beat yourself up? No. Did I say no? I said no. So gentle and kind towards ourselves and towards others doesn't mean that we still can't speak up. So remember, a few days ago, we talked about prep sentences and how to start speaking up to people. If you did not see that Facebook Live, I believe that was 3 or 4 days ago, look for prep sentences, look for that Facebook Live about communication, because we all have to become better communicators during this time in order to empower ourselves and empower others, and use the filter of kindness and gentleness. Kindness and gentleness. And again, does not mean that you can't feel upset or frustrated or angry. You have every right to feel all those feelings. You just don't get to act on them, but you have every right to feel them. Okay. So Lori says you look awesome in those glasses. Thank you. Marcy says you look fabulous. If you need them, wear them. I know, I had no idea. This is the first time I put them on. Oh, Marcy says, thank you. This is exactly what I needed to hear today. Excellent. Excellent. So what did you get out of this conversation today? What did you get out of this conversation today? What did you get from this conversation today? I want to hear from you right now. What's the one thing that you heard from this? Maybe you heard that, oh, people that are breaking quarantine aren't just stupid, right? They're trying to gain their power back. Some secretly want to die. I hate to say it, but it's true. Some people think that that is a sign of their spiritual faith, that I'm not going to get it and I'm going to prove it, and it's going to prove that God has my back. So, they're putting themselves at risk, using their faith as a shield, so to speak, right? We could do a whole conversation about that, but we're not going to do that today. That's a whole other conversation. But to understand that people aren't doing this because they're selfish, they're doing it because they don't know any other way to process their feelings, and they're trying to keep their power. They're trying to hang on. They're trying to do what they got to do, right? So how can you look at them through kindness and gentleness, right? Doesn't mean you can't speak up. You can speak up. Hey, back off 6 feet. I do that on my walks. Back up 6 feet. I took a walk today with a friend. She came over and brought me a chai latte. Thank you, Sarah, for my chai latte. I just started drinking chai lattes. I had no idea. I feel like I just started drinking them just a couple months ago. Who knew? Who knew they were so amazing? So she brings over a chai latte, puts it on my porch, walks away 6 feet. I go put my gloves on, go grab it. Yummy, yummy, drinking it. And we go take a walk, and we walk 6 to 10 feet apart the entire time. And we both have our masks on, and I have gloves on. So that was delightful. I got to hang out with my friend 6 to 10 feet apart. And even she would wander a little bit and I'd be like, Sarah, back off, right? 6 to 10 feet. We came to a crossroads, 2 streets intersecting, and all these people were there. I said, Sarah, this makes me feel uncomfortable. We have to change, right? And she was like, cool, let's change, because all those people. So I'm going to take care of myself. I'm in charge of taking care of myself. All those people cannot take care of themselves. I'm going to take care of myself. So can you take care of yourself and not focus on, why are they walking next to me? What's their problem? Just put that aside and focus on what you got to do. Focus on your heart. Focus on you being open-hearted. Focus on what matters to you. So gentle and kind. Jezebel's coming up. Aw, Jezebel's coming up. Hi. She has started every morning, which I am not happy about. She has started nudging me, like going, wake up, Mom, wake up. Haven't you? Yeah? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Okay, she's done. She's ready. She's done. Okay, so tell me the one thing that you got out of our time together today. Donna says, a better understanding of others breaking quarantine, even though it still makes me frustrated and angry. Of course, Donna. Yeah. Jessica, you are an expert in fear, and this is good for my mental and physical well-being. Thank you, Miss Jessica. I heard about you from Kripalu, where I go on retreats a few times a year. Oh, yes, Jessica, I love Kripalu. I pray that I get to go back there soon. Marta, a reminder to practice kindness and understanding when I feel the judgment coming through. Yes. Laurel, oh my God, my cat at 5 a.m. Yep, Denise, when we take care of ourselves, needs, our capacity to have kindness for others increases as we have self-kindness. Absolutely. Absolutely. A better understanding. Yep. Okay. Joanne, how can you be patient when it comes to always telling people to back off? I'm the caretaker for my parents and sister and have a teenage daughter. You know, I'm going to tell you, Joanne, I can have patience because I really do understand that people really are, not from an intellectual point of view, that they really are doing the best they can. And I truly believe, I have been working with people in fears for 25 years. And I really, really know in my heart and every cell in my being that people are petrified. And when they have bad behavior, or when you don't like their behavior, and when they're not doing things the way they should do them, they're ignorant, they're in fear, they have a death wish, they're trying to claim their power. I mean, I get that they're attempting to carve something out for themselves. And I really get that. And I really know that. And I don't have a problem with them doing that, i.e. in understanding it, right? Sure, do I want to hand them my business card and tell them, you're scared chicken, you're being out of quarantine, that means you have a lot of fear, here's my card, come and check me out, right? Do I want to do that? You bet I do, Joanne. But is that going to really work? Probably not. So all I can do is have a voice, practice my voice, and practice saying, please step back 6 feet, or, hey, again, I've been taking walks. The way I take walks, okay, I live near Ventura Boulevard, which is one of the busiest roads in Los Angeles. So I'm like, I'm going to walk down. The other day I was like, I'm going to walk down Ventura Boulevard and see all the stores closed. Wow, this is going to be amazing. Like, it's going to be like shocking. So I go down to Ventura Boulevard. Well, Ventura Boulevard, everybody and their brother's walking on it. So I start walking. I run into like 3 people coming down. I immediately just cross over the street, and then I'm crossed over the street and more people are coming. And then I take a right and I go up the other road. Like, I am just flexible. I'm willing to be flexible. I'm willing to understand. I am okay to be flexible. So, you be willing to be flexible, right? You be the one that is the fearless one. You be the one that is kind. You be the one that's open-hearted. And again, doesn't mean you don't get mad. Doesn't mean you don't have a bad day. I woke up yesterday super grumpy. Yesterday I woke up and I wanted to give up. Now, am I going to? No, I know it's just a feeling moving through me, but yesterday I did not feel good. You can ask my best friend, Marta. She's on the line right now. She's with us. She just made a comment. I called her up. I said, Marta, I'm having a tough day. I am having a tough day. I just want to give up. I just want to give up. I just want to go and suck my thumb on the couch and watch TV and eat bonbons. That's not really what I want to do, but you get my point. And Marta, being the best friend she is like, well, let's talk about it. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I just feel crappy. And, of course, she doesn't give up on me. She helps me. She's patient with me. And finally, we kind of start talking about, and then I'm just like getting more irritated because, she's coaching me. And I'm like, I have to get off the phone now. So I get off the phone. I go and get something to eat. I grab some water and I start preparing to do the work that I got to do. And I start feeling better, right? Because I've taken my power back. And then I call her later on and go, okay, I'm feeling better. Thank you for being there for me. So again, I want you to hear, it's okay to have the ups and downs, the frustration, the anger, the irritation, the who the heck do they think they are? And oh my God, I want to give up and just suck my thumb in bed, right? But can you be gentle and kind with yourself? Because I promise you, if you're gentle and kind, it will go through faster. It will be faster. It will move through you faster. And you'll be able to have a minute or 5 minutes or 20 minutes or a couple hours and not days or weeks, okay? Helen says, I love your authenticity, Rhonda. Thank you, Miss Helen. Linda says, what I learned is that protecting myself is my right. I have to be conscious of how I ask people to respect my space. Yes, I'm walking. Somebody's walking on the sidewalk. I literally go on the street and I basically stare down the cars like, don't run me over, right? I am going to take care of myself. I cross streets. I go in the middle of the road. I do whatever I have to do. I walk out. I always have a mask on and I wear gloves, and whether they're plastic gloves, I also had ordered gloves from Amazon. So I have like 5 pairs of gloves that I can wear. So I've got, cloth gloves that protect me when I'm out, or I have plastic gloves. So, right. So I'm doing all that. I don't care how I look. I don't care if I look stupid. Today I took a walk, like I said, with my friend Sarah, and a guy's walking his dog, no protection, no mask. Another couple with their baby has no masks on. I'm like, well, okay, again, that's their choice. That's their right. I'm doing what I know is right for me, so I can live with myself, right? I want to be able to live with myself and know I made the best decision, not only for myself, but for everyone. But that's my value system, okay? Jahali says, they aren't judging me. They're simply afraid, just like me. Do unto others. Yes. Joanne writes, thanks for being there for me, Rhonda. You're welcome. Deb, today I will be gentle and try the song again. Yes, Deb, please sing that song, girl. Sing that song. I actually was thinking about, I have a song that goes on and then we'll complete for the day. I have a song that I have on my alarm clock, as my alarm when I have my alarm turn on my iPhone. And I was thinking today that this is an awesome song. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I didn't have it. Oh yeah, I remember the name. So, okay.
When I was a boy each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now.
Everything's holy now.
Everything is holy now.
This is our Sunday song. It's Sunday. We can play our Sunday music. Okay.
When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time.
So this song is called Holy Now.
Jesus made the water wine, and I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle.
Everything's a miracle.
Everything's a miracle.
Yeah. So I invite you to pick your songs that support you. This is called Holy Now by Peter Mayer, Mayer, and there's also Holy Now by Faith Rivera. So this is the song that I always play as my alarm song, because that's what I want to wake up to. I want to hear Holy Now, that miracles happen every moment of every day. And I know that there are miracles in your life and my life. Today is Sunday. So it's appropriate to end our time together with miracles. There are miracles. And I'll tell you, my friend Sarah was, she's home. She owns her own Pilates studio, gym studio, healing studio. She's way more than a Pilates instructor. She helps people in pain work on their bodies and work on themselves so that they can remove the pain from their life. People that have had pain for years and decades come to her and are healed. Like, she's like magic. And so obviously she can't touch anybody right now. So she doesn't have any clients right now. She's doing videos and stuff like that. Body Lab LA, you can find her on YouTube, bodylabla.com. You can look up her videos. And so she decided she was going to condition her leather chair in her house. And so she's conditioned it many times. She said many times she's done it. And she goes to condition her leather chair, and in the like between the cushion and the arm, she finds $1,000. Yeah, $1,000. She called me up right away. I found $1,000, and they were all in $50 bills. She doesn't get $1,000 in $50 bills, and we tried to figure out for a second, like how that would happen, like who would be at her house that would leave $1,000 there or accidentally leave $1,000 there, right? And after a few minutes, we decided to forget it. Like, who cares how it happened? I'm just into miracles. So just know that miracles are happening in your life. We don't want to be ignorant. We don't want to pretend we're ignorant. We want to live in the here and now and to know that miracles happen. So again, be gentle and kind. Allow that miracle to happen in your life, to be gentle and kind, and be willing to show up here every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, because we're going to keep talking and we're going to keep connecting and we're going to keep helping and healing each other, supporting each other to move through this together. So with that, be fearless, everyone. Thank you. Great work. Be fearless, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Be fearless, everyone.